I will show you some of my findings about CLS and their algo. You will get a better view on bias, cycles, and entries. I use the cycles to position myself better inside a market maker sell model or buy model. It does not have to be a market maker model. It can be simply a liquidity draw. Also in the PDFs you will find interesting patterns with DTCC. DTCC is known as Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which owns several major U.S. financial market utilities. And here we do use it as the credit derivatives cash flow submission window for the next day. So, we know it must have an impact on the next day's price action. First, when I combine the real Asian range with DTCC, then both ranges should be either closed bullish or bearish. For example, the DTCC window closed bearish and Asian range closed bullish. Then it's high probability for me to either buy or sell intraday. I do want to stay away from mixed ranges, just like bearish Asian range and bullish DTCC. But for that I actually have other rules to call reversals. Let's make it clear. There are two DTCC windows. The first one goes from 2 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. EST, and the second one goes from 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. EST. I use both for pattern recognition, but only Asian range and DTCC 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. EST for bias. In this picture you see a full week of price action. Monday and Tuesday are quiet days. Wednesday moved higher. Thursday made the high of the week and Fridays retraced. We also have an old daily low, where the high of the week occurs. Also, it's a raid on liquidity from Wednesday. I will explain my YouTube entry in this video. First, we look at Monday and Tuesday. On Sunday, we have a big Asian range. It closed bearish, DTCC as well. But I do want to stay away from Asian ranges like that. Still, the day after closed bearish as well. Then Monday evening, the Asian range closed bullish and DTCC closed bullish too. I do expect a bullish day, or at least a bullish close. I do want to get in below midnight opening price, or below a cycle's opening price. On the left you can see Asian range closed bullish, and DTCC closed bullish too. We look for DTCC opening price and closing price on the 5-minute chart. Then Wednesday evening, Asian range is bearish and DTCC too. I do want to hunt sell setups, as I did in my YouTube video. Also, the old daily low lines up with +1 deviation from Asian range. Also, we have a buy-side liquidity pool above Wednesday's high. First, we want to highlight the cycles, beginning from 2 a.m. EST. My last cycles ends at 9:30 a.m. EST. I only use 5 cycles, because I do use weekly profiles for my cycles. Also note the high and low of every cycle. I also added the DTCC midpoint. This is a key level. You can see the first cycle is like Monday for me. Then it goes until Friday. That's why I use 5 cycles. If I want to short the market, then I do want to sell above midnight opening price, DTCC midpoint, and or above the cycle's opening price. Last one is not a must. In this chart you can see my trade I took on YouTube. Use your Fib time zone tool with these settings: 0, 0.13, 0.33, 0.47, 0.67, 0.8, and 1. Now you have 12 and 18 minutes time windows. You want to position yourself inside a 18-minute time window. The one in the middle is the most important one. It actually can act like the New York opening price. Inside the 0.47 and 0.67 time window you have the highest probability trades. This is why I waited to enter inside this time window. We are also in a market maker sell model. Then we had a market structure break and retraced into a fair value gap. We then dropped and created another fair value gap. Then I waited for the time window to enter on. I do target the sell-side liquidity below the original consolidation. And I did say I want to have a sell-side liquidity raid inside the last time window of this cycle, at earliest, and it happened. This is because of having the 18-minute time window in mind. You want to position yourself in the 18-minute windows or even exit there. In this chart you can see Asian range is bullish, DTCC is bullish, and I also noted the midpoint of DTCC again. You want to position yourself below the midpoint of the DTCC window and below midnight opening price for the first cycles. After that you want to position yourself below or above the cycle's opening price. Again, I noted the highs and lows. In bullish bias, we do want to target the cycle's highs. All cycles lows can act like turtle soup entry. In this picture you can clearly see how important it is to position yourself inside the 0.47 and 0.67 time window. This is the most important thing for my entries inside a cycle. Again, here you can see the best move happen inside the 0.47 and 0.67 time window. In this chart you can see we had a market structure shift. Then again, position yourself inside the 0.47 and 0.67 time window. Same goes for here. Position yourself inside this time window. You then target previous cycle's highs. Also, you can use the 0.47 and 0.67 time window to position yourself on a breaker. Your entry just has to be inside this window to get the highest probability.